Hey, good morning. Today we are going to be starting topic 7, which is dividing decimals. So we have already learned how to add and subtract decimals. In our last topic, you learned how to multiply decimals. So the last thing left is to learn how to divide decimals. So topic 7-1 is where we're going to start, and this topic has to do with dividing decimals by 10, 100, or 1,000. So if you remember, when we started with topic 6, we were multiplying decimals by 10, 100, or 1,000, and we would simply just move our decimal to the right for each zero that we had in our multiplier. So if we were multiplying by 10, we moved it one time, 100, 2 times, 1,000, 3 times. Today it's the exact same, only we're going to think about how it's moving to the left instead of moving to the right. Because when we divide, we're actually taking that number and we're turning it into a smaller number. So we're going to move that decimal to the left. So let's take a look at 279 and 4/10 divided by 10. So I can see where my decimal is. It's right there between the 9 and the 4. And if I am dividing by 10, I would simply move that decimal to the left one time. And I would move it one time because there is 1 0 in my number 10. So my answer would end up being 27 and 94 hundredths. Now, if I was dividing 279 and 4/10 by 1,000, this time I notice there are 3 zeros that I'm dealing with. So I've got 1, 2, 3. If I'm dividing that number by 1,000, I would need to move my decimal to the left 3 times. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. My decimal will actually be before my digits even start. So my answer would be, oh my gosh, 2,794 10,000s. That would be my answer. That's crazy. That's even a decimal that we weren't even dealing with when we were learning about place value. So let's do a few more together. So grab your whiteboard or your pad of paper so that you can do these along with me. Okay, here we go. So our first problem, we have 370 and 2/10 divided by 10. So since I'm just dividing it by 10 and there's 1 0, I would move it to the left one time, and my answer should be 37 and 2 hundredths. Go ahead and try this next one on your own. It's 126 and 4/10 divided by 10 to the second power. So remember, 10 to the second power is the same thing as 100 because that 2 means that there's 2 zeros in that number. So how many times am I moving that decimal to the left? 2 times. So my answer should be 1 and 264 thousandths. Let's do the next one. 28 and 14 hundredths divided by 100. So in 100, how many zeros do you see? 2. That means that I am moving my decimal to the left 2 times. 1, 2. My answer should be 2,814 10,000ths. And finally, my last one. You didn't think I was going to let you go without dividing by 1,000, did you? So 10 to the third power is the same as 1,000 because if you remember, 1,000 has 3 zeros, and that's what that third power means. It means that there's 3 zeros. So I have 42 and 5/10 divided by 1,000. Well, I can already tell looking at this number that I'm going to need to move it 3 times, and I could probably use like a 0 as a placeholder to show where I'm going to move my decimal. So I'm going to rewrite this number like this, and that's going to allow me to make sure that I have zeros in the right place value in my final answer. So I'm going to move it 1, 2, 3, and my answer should look like this. All right, friends, today, as you choose your practice, be sure that you choose something that is going to give you the best practice for this topic. So whether that is the practice page, which for most of you is the best way to practice it, or whether it's IXL or something else, I will see you in the Zoom meeting.